Chapter 1 Part 2 The Encounter in the Gloom. On a grey afternoon, Aurelian arrived at a small magical village in the Scottish Highlands, called Dernath, where the air was charged with an unusual energy. He walked toward the local inn, where he planned to rest for a few days before continuing his journey south. However, upon entering, his magical senses sharpened. There was something strange in the air, a familiar presence that put him on alert. He was not alone. In a dark corner of the inn, he saw her, Seraphine Yaxley. Tall, with hair as black as night and eyes as gray as a cloudy, sad day. Her face, though cold and calculating, had a beauty that seemed to hide her true nature. Aurelian knew her all too well. Seraphine had been his childhood friend, part of the same secret society that worshipped the dark arts. However, while Aurelian had fled from that world, Seraphine had plunged deeper into it. "Aurelian?" she said softly, her voice like a snake sliding through the room. "I knew we'd meet again." Aurelian tensed, his right hand instinctively moving toward his wand. "I haven't used that name in years," he replied coldly, though unable to hide the tension building in his chest. Seraphine smiled, a smile both dangerous and seductive at the same time. "Maybe you've forgotten, but others haven't. There are those who still believe your surname has an important role to play in the future of the magical world." Aurelian remained silent, but old memories began to resurface in his mind. Seraphine had always been ambitious, even as a child. Despite growing up together, their paths were always destined to diverge, Aurelian seeking to escape the chains of his lineage, and Seraphine embracing the power her surname granted her. But now, in that moment, it was clear that Seraphine hadn't forgotten the legacy Aurelian had tried to leave behind. "What do you want, Seraphine?" he finally asked, without removing his hand from his wand. She tilted her head, studying him for a moment before answering. "The world is changing, Aurelian. Old powers are awakening, and there are those who believe the Hogwarts family can still claim its place. I'm here to offer you an opportunity. Join us. With your talent and our lineage, we could build something grand. Something that would bring those wizards who pretend to be founders to their knees." Aurelian felt the weight of his past falling upon him once again. He had spent years fleeing from the darkness, trying to find his own purpose, far from the destructive ambition of his family. And now, here was Seraphine, trying to drag him back into those shadows. "I'm not like you," he said quietly, with a firmness that even surprised him. "I have no interest in that legacy. I have no interest in being part of the darkness." Seraphine let out a small laugh, a mix of mockery and pity. "You say that as if you can escape. But you know it as well as I do, Aurelian. The magic in our veins cannot be ignored." Aurelian watched her for a moment, his heart pounding. He knew Seraphine wasn't alone. In the shadows, the followers of the Hogwarts lineage were gathering, seeking to restore the power they once had. If he did nothing, the darkness he had spent his life avoiding would return, stronger than ever. I will continue uploading the rest of the story, so if you enjoyed it, follow me and share so more people can enjoy this incredible story.